Well, for the third day, I want to talk with you about Paul's discussion in 2 Corinthians about a thorn in the flesh. And in chapter 12 of 2 Corinthians, verse 9, he says, "My power works best in weakness." You know, Paul says that 3 different times he begged the Lord to take the thorn away. And each time he said that God responded to him with, "My grace is all you need, because my power works best in your weakness." So now I'm glad to boast about my weakness so that the power of Christ can work through me. That's why I take pleasure, Paul writes, in my weaknesses and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and troubles that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong. You know, Paul didn't get the answer he was looking for until he quit praying and started listening. Sometimes we're so busy telling God what He ought to do for us that we can't hear God telling us what He wants to do in us. If you have a stubborn problem in your life, maybe it's time to quit talking and start listening. God taught Paul lessons at the best time he could learn them, during difficulties. So the bad news about tough times turns out to be good news after all, that you learn more about God in the valley than you do on the mountaintop. C.S. Lewis described how God uses pain to communicate with us. He wrote, "God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks to us in our conscience, but shouts to us in our pain." Before Paul spoke, all Paul wanted was to have the problem removed. But after God spoke, he realized that in his problem he had found something better and greater, supernatural strength that's reserved for those tough times when we realize God's presence is greater than our problems and His purpose greater than our pain. I'm Ray Jones, and that's another heart truth for your day.